Hi Novak. I don't know if you saw what Vasek said last night about organising and tennis could and should be even bigger than it already is. If only the people organising it were doing their job properly. He highlighted the balls, he highlighted playing late at night and then early in the morning and injuries. I just wondered whether you heard that, but also if you'd like to add something.
No, I haven't heard that. I actually saw Vasek just before I came here to see you guys, but I haven't seen his statement on that. But there's been a lot of discussions on the effect of the different balls and basically every week on the joints and the wrist and the shoulders and the elbows. And I think someone told me that in terms of injuries this year comparing to other years is drastically has gone up. So in terms of the balls, I absolutely agree. There should be some discussion on that. I actually spoke about that with Andrea Gaudenzi, the ATP president, and Massimo, who is the CEO, in Paris during the Paris-Bercy week. And I shared my opinion and my views, and then obviously they are thinking about various different options and ways of how to regulate that and how to make it better for the players and prevent injuries. In terms of the scheduling, I think there has been a lot of criticism and a lot of players complaining about it. So I think that should be addressed in a proper way. Obviously, Davis Cup and ITF is regulated differently from ATP Tour and from Grand Slams. You have different governing bodies, different schedules, different broadcasting demands. In the end of the day, we know that the TV is the one deciding, fortunately or unfortunately, but there has to be more, I guess, thorough discussions on that as well.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom. Yeah.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jan Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is in the world, wherever you are tuning in from. Dokovic serving first and is up 40 love already on his serve. So a good start for Novak. And he has indeed held serve to love in this opening service game. I will be sharing the score with you on the screen. Don't panic. For those of you that wish to see that. So Draper not getting off to the ideal start on the turn. As Dokovic holds to love in a little over a minute. I'm just going to top up my water. Get your predictions in the live chat, by the way. I want Novak or Jack. Write Novak if you think Novak is winning, and write Jack if you think Jack is winning. Simple as that. If you wish, you can just write N or J. N for Novak, J for Jack. And just put N in the live chat, click return, and I will share it on the screen and maybe even share my thoughts on your predictions. We've got a Jack prediction here from Kamil Kalzi. Thank you for your prediction. We also have a new member, by the way, a YouTube member here in Elan3496. Wonderful that you joined us on Talking Tennis. Jack Draper, hopefully I'm going to get the pronunciation right. Draper has won the first point on his serve. 15-love, he leads. We are trying to get to 30K subscribers. I guess we'll get there sometime, maybe during Miami. That would be my guesstimate. Okay, 15-love has become 30-love, as we see Jamie Delgado there, the coach of Jack Draper, former British tennis player, of course. I think he also coached Andy Murray for a little while. Good question. I'm glad you asked. I went for Jack Draper before the match, but it's honestly, it's a call because Novak Djokovic is a multiple champion in the desert and a multiple Grand Slam champion, of course, as well. Yeah, it's a tough one, but I've gone Draper. Look at how Djokovic deals with that second serve, though. I already feel Djokovic is bringing a better level tonight than he brought in any moment of his first 2 matches in the desert this year. Also, I think playing at night, better for Novak than playing in the day, as the first 2 matches were against Myshak and Kovacevic. Second serve here for Novak to look at. So 1 game all. And Novak misses his first serve. Do give us a follow on Instagram, by the way, at Talking Tennis TT. Oh, Djokovic unforced error. Love 15. Serve out wide. Forehand from Djokovic is too good. So 15 all. Okay, backhand return into the forehand of Novak Djokovic. Forehand Jack Draper is going to go out. Okay, Djokovic forehand there into the forehand of Draper. Another good forehand there from Djokovic. Oh, but we've got the rally still going here, and Draper should get there, but he's not going to win the point. Djokovic is too cute for that, 40-15. Good serve down the tee there from Novak. Backhand cross court from Draper. It's going to go long. 2-1 Djokovic. Dropping just 1 point on serve thus far. So that is the opening exchanges. We've not had a deuce yet on either serve. Both players looking pretty comfortable on serve thus far. Do let me know in the live chat, by the way, where are you tuning in from? I would love to hear from you. Also get voting in our poll on YouTube as to who you think is going to win. At the moment, we have Djokovic on 89% of the votes. Wow, a whopping 89% going for Novak. Of course, Djokovic, if he was to win, would be playing Daniil Medvedev in the quarterfinals. Medvedev dispensed of Alex Michelsen today, 6-2, 6-4. Elena Rybakina won the match just concluding a short period of time ago after Sonny Kartal retired hurt. So, Draper to serve here at 2-1, 10 minutes on the clock. That was me announcing the Kartal as play. Okay, Draper also looking pretty comfortable on serve here. Okay, 40-15 for Jack Draper to get to 2-all. Oh, look at this rally. Draper defending there. But that's going to be missed by Djokovic. He's not happy about that. 2-all. But I like the intensity that Novak has brought so far. Did these two play? They didn't play each other at the Davis Cup finals, no? No, I think it was Kecmanovic who played that in 2023. Of course, Draper is easing his way back onto the tour, having been out injured for a long while last year. Tried to come back for the US Open, didn't he? Yeah, the only match they played was that 4-set match in 2021. Okay. Backhand return from Draper into the forehand of Djokovic, but the backhand's going to go long. 30 love. Good to have some of you joining us today. Do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Djokovic serving at 30 love. Forehand here for Djokovic into the backhand of Draper. Oh, what a backhand that is from Djokovic, and Draper can't believe it. Both players are wearing a sleeve, but Djokovic, remember, said, don't call this a sleeve. I think it's a technological thing to monitor something. Djokovic, by the way, holds for 3-2. So, 3-2 Novak. Both players very comfortable on serve in the first 15 minutes of this match. But the level, it's very, very high. And it's maybe not quite as high as that Yannick João Fonseca match yesterday. But honestly, if we talk about the levels that we've seen in these first 5 games, talk about João Fonseca, talk about Yannick Sinner, talk about Alcaraz today, which in the first set against... Casper Ruud was sensational. By the way, I was talking about some of the form players on the women's side earlier, and the only player I didn't discuss was Sabalenka. I think she's in the discussion, of course. I want to take it back to a period last year. Let's go to the US Open, which, of course, Arena won. So what I've got is I've got Rybakina, 27 from 30. I've got Pegula, I think 32 from 39. I am just going to add Pegula's up one more time, actually, just so I've got the data right. Let's go back for Pegula to the US Open. There she won 5-1 US Open. 6-7, 8, 9-1, 9-2 after China. 10, 11, 12, 13, 3 after Wuhan. 13-3 after Wuhan. WTA Finals. She wins 2, loses 2. So what did I say? 13-3 becomes 13-5, 15-5. Brisbane wins 3, 18-6. Australia, 18-6, 18-7, plus 5 wins, 18-7, 23-7, 23 add 5 is 28-7. And then, yeah, maybe it's 31. 31 and 7. Let me just add up her wins one more time. Indian Wells 3. Dubai 5 is 8 wins. Australia 6 wins. That's 14, right? I know she has 5 wins, sorry. 13. Brisbane 3 more. 13 add 3 is 16. 17, 18. 19, 20, 21, 22. 23, 24, 25, 26. 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Yeah, 31 wins. But let's have a look at... by the way, Draper at the moment got to 40 love, but it's now 40-15. I want to see Sabalenka. What her run is over the last sort of 6 months or so. Let's get her back to, yeah, the US Open, where she obviously is 7-0. Sabalenka 7-0 US Open. Then in Wuhan, she wins 3 and loses 1 to Pegula. Draper holds for 3 all, very comfortably. WTA Finals, Sabalenka is 1, 2, 3, 4-1. Then in Brisbane, she is 5-0. Australia, she's 6-1. And now Indian Wells, 3-0. So she's lost 3. 10, 14, 19, 22, 28-3. 28-3 for her. And I think Rebecca was 27-3. Interesting. So I think Rebecca 27-3. Sabalenka 28-3. Wow. Forehand here from Djokovic is going to be a winner. Of course, Sabalenka's losses, 2 have been against Rebecca and 1 against Pegula. Rebecca's 3 losses have been, well, 1 was against Vucic, of course, which was via a walkover. Another against Mboko. And then another against Mukova. Dating back to a Wuhan loss against Sabalenka. Okay, 40 love here for Djokovic. So very comfortable for Novak as well. And he holds to love. So 7 pretty swift service games. 21 minutes on the clock. Not a deuce in sight. Never mind a break point. Have we even got to 30 on anyone's serve today?
21 minutes gone. Yeah, so Sabalenka, I'm just going to check these 28 wins that I have. I'm going to check Rebecca's 27 wins since Ningbo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So maybe now she's 26 and 3, Rebecca. I'm going to check this one more time. 3 in Indian Wells. 3, 4, 5, 6. Add 7 is 13. 14, 15. Add 5 is 20. 22. 22. Add 4 is 26. Yeah, she's 26 and 3. Okay, so we're back on a 26 and 3. I think Sabalenka's 28 and 3. Draper here serving at 3-4, by the way, 15 love. If we go back to the US Open for her, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 25, yeah, 28. All right, Draper here serving 15 all. How are we going to have some pressure on someone's serve? Also, let me know in the live chat who you're backing to win. Novak or... Okay, Novak or Draper. Oh, look at that backhand down the line there from Jack. 40-15. And it is 4 all. Super, super comfortable. So, Djokovic to serve here for all. Oh, good return there from Draper, but unbelievable defense from Djokovic. Oh, and it's Djokovic's forehand that breaks down in the end. But honestly, the level here... It's pushing Sinner. And it's Fonseca for the levels. Draper goes long though with the return. Hi, Dr. Storytell 182. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, we'll see. Draper just missing that return, 30-15. But it's nip and tuck at the moment, Ghosty. Both of them serving bombs. We haven't even had a juice yet. Have we? A question. I don't know, but have we had even 30? Have we had a 40-30? We definitely haven't had a love 30 or 15-30. Second serve here. Are we going to get our first 30 all even? Run around forehand return for Jack. Forehand now from Novak. Is going to go long. 30 all. There we go. Okay. Dr. Storytell 182 is catching up with the news. Hopefully you've been catching up on Talking Tennis with lots of our little pieces that have been going out today. Second serve here at 30 all for Jack Draper to look at. Are we going to get our first break point of the set? Backhand return from Jack. Forehand here from Novak. Very cautious, that one from Novak. But there's good depth there from Novak. Good depth from Jack Draper. Good backhand from him. But what defense from Novak. Good depth as well from him. Jack Draper's now on the defense once again. He can't keep repelling this, can he? No, he can't. Forehand winner, 40-30. Yeah, exactly. Is that first serve's landing in, Ghosty? Or is it first serve 1? Okay, first serve's 1, yeah. Yeah. And game Djokovic, first serve down the tee, unreturned, 5-4. And we've still yet to get to juice, never mind a break point. I want to get your predictions in the live chat. We've got mine, which is Jack. And we've got Kamil Kazi as well going for Jack, although it's a tough one, Kamil Kazi. Kilzi suggests. But I want to see Jack or Novak in the live chat. Just post Jack if you think Jack is winning. Post Novak if you think Novak is winning. No, and I don't think we'll get anything, probably not today. Because if she's spoken to by journalists, so-called journalists or influencers in the press conference afterwards, they'll probably just ask her about her latest clothing contract or something. I mean, if it keeps going like this, yeah, we should get 2 to 3 2 to 3 tiebreakers. Okay. Let battle commence once again, 4-5. No, I wouldn't, no. Okay, 31 minutes on the clock. Draper serving 4-5. This clock clicks over to 32 minutes. Second serve for Djokovic to look at. It's super close to call. Forehand return there from Novak. Forehand here from Novak into the backhand of Jack Draper. Forehand Novak. Jack Draper goes up the line but goes into the net. He's annoyed at himself for making that decision. So love 15. Remember, We've not had a deuce or a break point so far in this set. Are we going to get one with Jack Draper serving to stay in the first set? So Draper serves. Misses the first serve, which feels huge at love 15. That's how it has been this serve-dominated set thus far. Double fault by some distance, love 30. Are we going to get to love 40? Okay, forehand return. Forehand from Draper into the forehand of Djokovic. Backhand from Draper into the backhand of Djokovic. It's an excellent backhand from Djokovic. Drop shot Djokovic has done it. Love 40. $15.40 is. Is it going to be 30-40 though? Or is it going to be set for Novak Djokovic? It is the set for Novak Djokovic. 6 games to 4. Djokovic gets the job done in 34 minutes. Well, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this performance rating from Novak, by the way. 9.3. First serves in, 65% from Novak. 52% first serves in for Jack. But he is winning 85. But he's, that 93% first serves won from Novak. 8 winners off the racket of Djokovic and 4 off the winner of Jack. It's largely just because of the unbelievable defense that we've seen thus far from Novak Djokovic. Look at the number of forced errors as well. So we've got off the ground, we've got double the number of winners from Djokovic to Draper, but also look at the forced errors, which tells you who's been on top of the point. So, I don't know about that question, Dr. Storytell 182, I'm afraid. I can tell you how they do it. It's based on shot quality, basically. So let's just say I keep giving you short balls, but you keep hitting unforced errors. We're both going to get a low score rating. Because basically, if we're both painting lines, we're both going to get a high score rating. Simple as that. Big call, John. Well, I made a big call. That's why they call me Big Call John. All right. So I made a big call and I went for Draper. So, yeah. But that's why I'm called Big Call John. Good return there from Draper. Love 15. Okay, second serve here for Draper to look at. Backhand return from Draper. Backhand into the net from Draper, 15 all. So Djokovic to serve. Draper yet to garner a break point on the Djokovic serve. But is he going to get one here? He might do because he's got to 15-30. Novak dumping a forehand into the net. I don't know if he hurt his foot there. We're just at the round of 16, by the way, so a lot of matches to go. Still. Draper gets his racket on that. Djokovic drop shot is not going to work. 15-40. So, 2 break points here for Jack Draper. On return. But that's going to be a +1 winner for Djokovic. Good serve out wide. Oh, I would almost certainly suggest she'll put out the doubles, Dr. Storytell. That wasn't an injury that suggests that she'll be back anytime soon. I think Miami has to be a doubt. So, Djokovic to serve here. Down the tee. Backhand return. Forehand into the backhand of Jack Draper. Now on the forehand of Novak. Backhand Jack Draper into the forehand of Novak. They're continuing this pattern. Although it's now changing with a short ball that Draper punishes. He gets the break. 1-love. Jack Draper draws first blood in this second set, and he breaks Novak for the first time in the match. He needed 2 break points to do it. Maybe just a little bit too cautious, some of these shots here from Novak, although the last one was mishit. And Draper punished it with a vengeance. I mean, listen, Big Call John is making big calls, okay? Whether the call ends up come to fruition or not, still a big call. Gibson beats Paolini. Big call. Big call, people. You do the math. 15-love. Oh, was Townsend playing alongside Siniakova? What a combo that is, by the way, for the doubles. Ooh, that forehand was a bit careless there from Draper. 15 all. Okay, Draper down the tee. Backhand return. Forehand now from Jack into the back. Forehand of... it's gone long from Djokovic. So 30-15. You do feel as though Draper needs to consolidate, maybe even get a couple of service holds, or we could be just break back City and Djokovic runs away with it. Body serve there from Draper is going to do the trick. 40-15. Even the best returner of all time couldn't deal with that. Yeah, I mean, Siniakova in singles. What are we thinking of Is she ever going to win a 1,000? I'd say no. Draper holds, by the way, 2-love. Okay, physically that really hurt her, did it, Ghosty? The Andreeva match. Oh, and Boko lost in the doubles, did she? So you're updating me now, Dr. Storytell 182. By the way, Ghost of Gerolitis, we shortened to Ghosty. Ashley, Cadiz, we just Ashley. What are we going to call you? We can call you Doc. Yeah, just Doc. I like it. We've got a Ghost, we've got a Doc, and we've got some Ash. All in the chat. Love 15 here, by the way. Double fault from Novak. Jamie Delgado, the coach of Draper, clapping the Djokovic double fault. To be fair, he was sort of just doing it for his man. To keep him focused. Misses the first serve down the tee, does Djokovic. Run around forehand return. Backhand from Novak into the forehand of Draper. Oh, what a forehand winner that is from Djokovic, 15 all. Indeed. Yes, Ghosty. Yeah, there you go. If the doc doesn't turn up, you turn to Ash and then you become a ghost. There you go. How about that? What a story tell. What a story tell 182, Ghosty, I would even argue. Unreturned serve, 30-15. Well, they're getting entertained, but unfortunately, I don't know how many people will be in the stadium because, of course, you have to pay to enter that stadium. It used to be free, didn't it? Or part of the grounds pass thing. Djokovic here, 30-15. Second serve for Draper to look at. 45 minutes on the clock. Pretty swift so far to get to this stage of the match, given that we've had 12 and a half games. Backhand return from Draper. That second serve was so slow, he could have almost run around that. But he's going to miss the forehand. And so it's 40-15. I mean, it's not getting uneasy if you predicted Draper to win. But, hey, listen, he got the break in the first game. And so it's and he's also serving second. So it's such a long way for Draper to go. It's not like you get the early break when you serve first and you consolidate and then you're at 3-love. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, then you're halfway there. Okay, how's this rally going to go? Defending Drac, defending, but he can't defend that. That is right out of the school of Carlos Alcaraz. Fake droppers, but you go for the forehand slice winner. Well done, Novak Djokovic. 2-1. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, yeah, that's the thing. If you serve first and you get that break and then you consolidate, then suddenly you're at 3-love, right? And life is good. Just looking at members of the audience here. He looks like he should be famous, this guy here with the swept back hair. Ah, look at that dude there. Now that's you, Ghosty. That is you with the cowboy hat. That is you, if ever I saw. Ghosty, can't believe you tuned out of talking tennis for a few minutes to get on camera. That was you. We've rumbled you, Ghosty. See if I can just rewind that quickly. See if I can get Ghosty up on the air. See if I can get you on TV, Ghosty. I need to take a picture. Need to get a picture of this. Draper serving at 2-1. I'm going to try and get a picture of this because it's going to take me a couple of minutes, people. So bear with me, yeah? But that was Ghosty, no doubt about it. We've rumbled you, Ghosty. We've found you. After all these years. It was at the changeover at 2-1. Draper here, 2-1-15 love, by the way. Right. Let me see if I can get a picture of this on my TV. Right, here we go, here we go, here we go. Right. There we go. Right, what's going on in the tennis? Okay, Draper, 40-15. Right, going to be sharing this on the screen with you. Obviously, 3-1 Draper holds, but no one cares about that. They just want to see who I'm talking about when I'm referring to Ghosty here. I've got it. I've done it. I told it to take me a few minutes. I've got Dokovic serving here at 1-3, by the way. But listen, here we go. Are you ready? Right. Let me tell you now. This is not Ghosty, all right? I don't think. But this one, are we ready for the big reveal? Dun dun la! Dun dun la! There we go, people. That is Ghost of Gerolitis there. We've gotcha. That is how I imagine you to be, Ghosty. I told you that in my local kiosk a few months ago, I saw someone, I thought, I bet that's Ghosty. Ghosty in the back. By the way, 30-15 here, Djokovic at 1-3. Okay. Done. Took me about 20 minutes, but we got there in the end. That was too good. It was too good to ignore. Now we just got to get the doc. And just got to get the doc next. The man of mystery. The man of 82 mysteries. Yeah. What do you do? Not you would, you do. Oh, Djokovic comes into the net there at 30 all, but Draper can't pass 40-30. I feel as though Draper needs a second break. Because I can see it getting like 4-3, 5-4, and he's serving for the second set, and it just doesn't happen for him. He's missed that forehand, so 3-2. Sure. Sure you are, Ghosty, sure. By the way, do give us a follow on Instagram at Talking Tennis TT, but also give us a follow on TikTok to keep up to date with all things tennis. Yes, what an exhibition of shot making it was from Alcaraz today. Da, 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 da. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Backhand slice here from Novak. Backhand cross court from Draper. Oh, okay, goes into the forehand there. And Draper misses on the forehand side himself. So love 15. Serve out wide there from Draper. It misses. So second serve for Djokovic to look at. Drop shot there from Draper, but Djokovic got there, but he missed. Unreturned. Ooh, miss hit forehand goes long there. Big point that for Draper to win, and he does win it. 40-30. Okay, good to know. Rinderknech and Vacherot take the first set. Another big point coming up. In fact, they're all big right now. And he misses the first serve, Draper. Oh, that return is good from Djokovic, and he should win the point from him, and he does. Deuce. Another big point, by the way. Come on, break. Let's go. That is in English, but it's in the direction of Djokovic. He's going to get a break point. Where are we going with this? He's coming into the net. I'm not sure that was the wisest of decisions. And he doesn't put the volley away. It was point blank range. It was tough. It was reactionary. The decision to net rush. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, break points won today. Both players are 1 from 2. Can Djokovic take this break point? Just hitting the hour mark. So, Draper to serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going to miss the first serve. You've missed a few in this game. So a second serve here for Novak to look at. Good return from him. He's in trouble here, is Jack. He's on the run. He's been in trouble ever since he missed these first serves. Now it's on the backhand of Novak. Forehand from Draper. Backhand from Novak into the forehand of Draper, which is going to miss hit. It's going to land in, though. And now Djokovic is on the run. Now Draper's cross court. Now Draper's on the backhand, but he puts it into the net. We've got to break a serve. 3 games all. So, 3 all. Good shot, Jamie Delgado, says to Jack Draper. I'm guessing he means it was the right shot to take, but didn't execute. Okay, Djokovic here serving at 3 all. He was down a break, but he's got back on serve. Gets the first serve in, you see. And really, Draper's down in the point from there on after. And he eventually loses it. I mean, there is some great shot making here from Draper, from Djokovic. 3 all, 15 love. I am too as well. Yeah, his athleticism is impressive. 16 shots that last rally. Backhand return, another first serve from Djokovic lands in, but it is 15 all. Did somebody call out during that point? Yes, agree. Yeah, he had back trouble. Ashley, yeah, good point. Okay, but Djokovic gets the first serve in again. And it's going to yield another point for Novak. So 3 serves, 3 first serves. Second serve here finally for Draper to look at, but can he punish it? Forehand here into the backhand of Djokovic. Forehand now up the line into the forehand of Djokovic. Oh, what a forehand inside out that is from Djokovic. What was it? Who was it we were talking about yesterday, Ghosty, about unbelievable inside out? Oh, was it Leonard Tien, I think? 95. I mean, that's just about the forehand speed. 95 miles an hour. That's wild. I mean, the intent, I mentioned it after the first two games. Djokovic really took me by surprise with the intensity that he brought to this match. And he's held serve for 4-3. Okay, so 4-3. But that's a big change because we were at a break for Draper, potentially heading to a third. And now Djokovic is just 2 games away from the win, albeit that we are on serve. Which player recently was told that they had to get rid of their drinks bottle because it contradicted a sponsor? Somebody, I think it might have been Alcaraz, had a water bottle and it didn't match the water sponsorship at a tournament last year. Yes, Jane, Medvedev does play the winner of Djokovic and Draper. What's Medvedev's record against Draper, actually? Oh, 1-0. They have played. I just couldn't remember them playing. 2024, they played in Rome. And Medvedev won in straights. It's not the year that Medvedev won it, by the way. He won it in 2023. I think 2024 was won by Zverev. 2025 was won by Alcaraz, of course, beating Sinner in the final in straights. For those of you wondering, what is the Medvedev-Djokovic head-to-head like? It's very much in favor of Novak. There was a period when Medi was making some dents, but I think a few in a row have gone the way of Novak. Maybe not a few in a row, but yeah, Novak has won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the last 6 have gone the way of Novak. Before that, Medvedev won the previous 2, 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4 of the previous 6. So there are spells in the rivalry between Novak and Medi. Novak won the first 3, then Medvedev won 2, then Djokovic won 1, then Medi won 1. But yeah, we're very much in a Novak spell regarding that rivalry since the US Open final win of 2021. Okay, Draper hit 30 love. $40-15 here for Draper. So 2 game points for 4-all as Jack tries to steady the ship. Backhand here into the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand now Draper into the forehand of Djokovic. Run around. Oh, he's missed it. 40-30. That's where he should be. He went inside in. It is the tougher shot, as you well know, Ghosty. Inside in. Now, that's a talent. That's a thing. Inside out. Come on. Oh, and he's missed the first serve here, Jack. Oh, Jack, the wobble, the wobble, the wobble, the wobble. Like jelly, as we would call it in the UK. Although I am familiar with the fact in the US it's called jello. Juice. Deuce here. Big moment in this match because, yeah, this is a real wobble right now for Jack. Having been up a break, he might be down a break in a moment, and Novak's serving for it. He's going to have a second serve here. Djokovic to look at. But a good backhand there from Draper as a +1. I'm going to switch back to my phone because my phone is a little bit ahead of this stream. So we're going to get this up. But we are back to deuce. And the wobble continues. I think my phone is slightly ahead. I disengaged the phone to take that picture. But my phone is a little bit closer to the real time. So I'm now switching. I've still got the TV, but it's shared. So my screen and my phone is, although I'm still behind, I think. Serve down the tee. Draper with a drop shot here that Novak doesn't get. Or he gets it, but he doesn't get it over. So game point Draper. You ready for another big call? People in the live chat, I want to know, are you ready for another big call? Draper out wide. Draper on the forehand. Djokovic on the defense. Djokovic on the defense. But actually, he should have probably done better in the end with that ball. Misses it 4-all. Now just top up my water. You know what? I would love just a glass of wine right now, but I think it would be unnecessary at 3:23 in the morning. Anthony, can you hit subscribe, by the way? And Anthony, when you hit subscribe, or maybe it's Anthony, I don't know, whichever, can you look at the number and watch it change? Good return there from Draper. Forehand now from Djokovic into the backhand of Draper. Forehand Djokovic, backhand Draper. Forehand Djokovic, backhand Draper. And Djokovic's going to go long on the forehand. Love 15. Thank you, Anthony. You think they would play the 3 sets? I'm going to lean on my big man, Ghosty. I'm going to lean on my big man, Ghosty, for this one. Yeah. Okay, Djokovic drop shot. But Jack is equal to it. Love 30. This next point, Anthony, might give us a clear indication regarding that 3-set possibility. This next point, because if Draper wins it, It's a big chance that we don't go 3 sets. Sorry, that we do. I'm sorry, that we do. Because love 40 is a real hole for Djokovic to get out of. Okay, Djokovic serves. Misses the first serve. So it's not quite love 40 territory yet, but it does give Jack a bit better chance to get the return in and maybe even do some damage. Let's see. Love 30. Second serve, Djokovic. An hour and 13 minutes on the clock. Oh, he stepped back on that. Oh, he clipped the net. Clipped the net. So could have been a double fault, but no. So, love 30, second serve. We saw Draper really just move and get ready for the return. Now, Draper makes the return. Forehand from Novak. Backhand up the line is not bad from Draper, but still in the rally. Forehand is pretty good, but Novak is so good at defending. Backhand cross court from Novak is also really good. What a forehand down the line from Jack Draper. Love 40. That's more than a sniff right now, Jane. It's a stench. It was a sniff at love 30. Sniff, sniff. Indeed. What a rally. I'm telling you now. There are 5 or 6 players in the world right now that are producing, if not consistently, an unbelievable level of tennis. And Jack Draper is one of them. Artefis is another. João Fonseca is another. Novak Djokovic is another. Carlos Alcaraz is another. And Yannick Sinner is another. That is the absolute elite of tennis. Maybe Ben Shelton in his moments. All right. Down the tee. Makes the first serve. But what a return from Jack Draper. We've got the breaker serve. 5-4. He leads. He's going to be 7 for the second set. Big call, John. Big call, John. Just call me the big call. The big CJ is here. BCJ. Draper is going to serve for the second set. So who are my players? They are yeah. Let's get these down. These are my absolute, when they are playing, they're a joy to watch. That honestly, unbelievable athleticism, unbelievable ball striking, unbelievable to watch, incredible defense, incredible movers, running forehands, everything almost. And they are Alcaraz, of course, Sinner, of course, Djokovic, of course. These are just beyond doubt, okay? Those 3 we know. But I would add Draper, Fonseca, Shelton, but asterisk, just since probably August last year, since winning Canada, just hasn't been there quite often enough, but we do see it. Somebody told me he was sick, by the way, in his match with Leonard Tien, which I didn't see, by the way, so thank you, Anthony. You can't watch the match, but good commentary all the way from California. Great. Make sure you join us as often as you can. We're going to have just 2 matches tomorrow, I think, on the stream, because I can't do the commentaries tomorrow. So we've got, I think Zach and Carson are going to go to the second match. We've got Tom on for the first. Okay. Draper here. Wonderful forehand winner on the rise. Pretty certain that BCJ is going to need an agent soon. I think you're right. Oh, Artefis as well. Let me just have a look at the 30 love now, Draper. Yeah, I'm just looking at the upper echelons. Mensic's results are unbelievable, but it is the serve, right? Is that harsh on Jakub? Maybe. 30-15. Shelton's got an asterisk because there was asterisk, and to some extent Fonseca because of the return. But yeah, they're my guys. They're my guys that are just, you're just gasping. You're just gasping. Forehand here is going to be mishit by Draper, and suddenly from 30 love, we're at 30 all. I always remember Sir Alex Ferguson talking about Kaká, played for Brazil and Milan, and was talking about Ronaldo and Messi. They were in a similar era at the end of the 2000s before Kaká faded away after moving to Madrid. And he said the one thing about Kaká is, as great a footballer as he was, he didn't quite take the breath away. And that's what I mean with these other players that I'm referring to. Oh, look at that forehand! That's what I mean about taking the breath away. And by the way, what a big hold it was from Draper in that previous game. I think he had to save a break point, didn't he? At 3-4. Now he's got a set point. Serves out wide. Dokovic does really well, though. And the backhand from Draper is going to go long. Deuce. Okay. Big moment here. 5-4 deuce. Oh, misses the first serve. Now, this is an invitation for Novak. Double fault. So from 40-30 set point, we're now at double fault and we're at break point territory. Okay, so there was some sort of illness with him. Okay, Draper to serve. Out wide. It's a good serve. Can Draper put this away? Ooh, goes for the drop shot, you cheeky boy. You cheeky, cheeky monkey. Deuce. Do click the like button, people, by the way. And if you haven't already done so, please do hit subscribe. Okay, Draper to serve. Down the tee. Is that going to land back in? It's not. So we're going to have another set point from Mr. Draper. Okay, where are you going with this serve? Down the tee again. But it's a good return from Novak. I think that caught Jack by surprise. But has Novak missed? No, he hasn't. I think that return caught Jack by surprise. Yeah, why is he crossing himself so angrily there? Yeah, he is some Christian religion. Yeah, he's always had a cross on around his neck. Remember him ripping his shirt off in 2012 against Rafa. Ace down the tee, Draper. Novak smiling. Because it did just clip the line. An hour and 22 minutes on the clock. Set point number 3 for Jack Draper. Gets the first serve in down the tee, and he gets it done. We're going 3, ladies and gentlemen. And that's Big Cool John. Boom, boom, boom. By the way, did somebody mention Talking Tennis merch?
Ready. Play.
And if you're wondering what this little thing is, well, let me tell you now, whether it be tea, coffee, or merely water, it tastes so much better from a Talking Tennis mug. And you know what? They can be yours if you wish to purchase one from our website. We've also got bags and stickers and hoodies and notebooks. Mira Andreeva.
T-shirts as well, of course, coming in both black and white. And we've got a classic jumper for you as well, and many, many other things for you to purchase for excellent prices so you can look like some of the coolest people on the tour. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Oh, by the way, yesterday we peaked at 3,661 viewers. That was the peak that we got for the match between Iala and Noskova. Did someone say something about our Instagram page? Yeah, here we are. Give us a follow at Talking Tennis TT. If you're watching now and you have Instagram and you don't follow us on Instagram, please do, at Talking Tennis TT. Did somebody say, what's Ghosty up to? Well, here we go. There we go. Did somebody ask, is Novak Djokovic a friend of Larry Ellison's? Did somebody ask that? Well, is this the head-to-the-head that we need to be thinking about? Or is this the head-to-head that we need to be thinking about? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's get Yuki's Instagram up just momentarily before this third set begins. Here we go. Make sure you give Yuki a follow as well. Okay, Draper to serve. Sorry, Djokovic to serve at the beginning of this deciding set for a spot in the quarterfinals at Indian Wells. Will it be Jack Draper, who's defending his crown? Or will it be Novak Djokovic, who's won 5 titles in the desert, which is a joint record, I'm guessing, with Federer? Forehand into the net there from Novak. Love 15. He's got a 51-11 win-loss record at the tournament and a joint record 5 titles alongside Roger Federer, yeah. But he's not won it since 2016. I don't think he's been in a final since 2016 either. But these are his 5 titles, look. Okay, love 15 here. Djokovic serves, run around forehand from Draper. And Djokovic's wild there with a forehand. Love 30. Is this match just turning Big Style in the direction of Big Bad Jack? 1 hour and 27 minutes on the clock. Okay, love 30 here, but Djokovic should win the point from here. We're going to have a joker smash, but it isn't too difficult for him, and he does it. 15-30. He's just shaking out his wrist there, is Novak. Misses the first serve here, 15-30. as we approach the hour and a half mark. The beginning of this deciding set. Once again, Novak serving first. Run around forehand return there from Draper. Forehand from Djokovic is really good, but this is still very much in the rally here. Draper does well to bend down for that one. This could come down to health, by the way. And you wonder in terms of Djokovic's age, but also the fact that Draper is still easing himself back onto the tour since that back injury last year. He's on the defense here. Djokovic should win the point from here. Does. 30 all. Yes, I do feel as though he's slowing it down a little bit. Little bit. Where am I talking of slowing down? Where are my slippers? I'm slowing down as well, people. Okay. Djokovic misses the first serve. Second serve here for Draper to look at. 30 all. 1 hour and 29 minutes. Backhand return. Backhand from Djokovic. Forehand from Draper into the forehand of Novak. Backhand into the forehand now from Novak. Forehand there. Oh, what's going to go on here? This is this. Oh my goodness, what about that forehand from Djokovic? Should win the point from now. No way. No way. No way. No way. Now we're into the rally. We're back to neutral. Drop shot. No way. What on earth? No. No. Stop it. This is ridiculous. Drop shot. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. It's going to end. Stop it. Absolutely stop it. Djokovic wins the most epic rally, arguably not just of this tournament, but of any tournament. The one thing that just takes, I'm sorry, I'm going to be a killjoy here. The one thing that takes anything away from it is the net cord. And also, I like to see a winner at the end of it. So we're going to give it a 94% score. I just wonder how much that might have taken out of Novak in particular, though. But we'll see. He's just got to get one big serve in. Yeah, if it hadn't touched if I had a net cord, and then we'd have had an outright winner at the end somewhere from either player. Let's say he'd have won it rather than just getting the net cord. If he just hit a winner there, yeah, then you'd be looking at, yeah. Well, I don't know. You just invent a number above 94. Misses the first serve here, Novak. He could just do with a freebie on the second serve, if you know what I mean. Just a cheap, poor return from Draper. Okay, backhand return. Forehand now from Djokovic. Backhand cross court. Oh, what a back forehand that is. But good defense here from Draper. Wow. Wow! No! No! Wow, what a rally as well. The defense from Draper is off the charts, as is this match. This is going beyond Sinner and Fonseca now in terms of quality. And I think we're going to see a time violation warning, aren't we, soon? That Novak might just have to accept. Yeah, here we go. They just paused the clock. All right, juice. It's exactly even, Mal, 3455. Hit the like button, Mal, by the way, and also hit subscribe. Hit subscribe, please. If you hit subscribe, Mal, you'll see this little number just below me tick over. Okay, deuce. Djokovic, of course, coming in for a serve volley to try and shorten the rally. But it's too good a return from Draper. Don't you tell me not to serve volley, you mofo. Okay. Advantage Draper, break point. Good serve there from Novak. Forehand from Novak. Backhand from Draper into the forehand of Novak. Oh, wow. Still the defense from Draper almost made it over. We need to get this guy some sound effects. Who needs the sound effects, Jane? Me? Novak? Jack, the umpire? Mal 3455, who hasn't subscribed yet? Look at that shot clock. He's just going to be able to probably get in before. He's got to start the ball toss, which he doesn't, but doesn't matter. Misses the first serve. So a second serve here for Draper to look at. Good serve down the tee there from Djokovic. Should win the point from here and does. But boy, does Draper make this court very, very small. Djokovic having to go for the absolute lines there. Oh, he's definitely getting some favourable shot clock, yeah. The T-shirts are for real very soft. Ace Djokovic, and he holds for one love. Jane, what have you been smoking? Because honestly, I don't know what you're saying here. Let's go into what some of Jane's messages have been. They have been, we need to get this guy some sound effects. And the T-shirts are for real very soft. Just watching some of these points again. Yeah, exactly. The lateral movement is off the charts. Okay, love one here. Draper to serve. Now, just remember in terms of Draper, in terms of physicality, in his formative tennis years, it was a thing, as in like a question. Djokovic goes for the drop shot then, it doesn't work. 15 love. If we think back to 21, 22, 23, was a big question mark for Jack, even across 3 sets. So I don't think it's just a case of Novak and his age and bending over it. I've also seen, I remember Djokovic even last year against Lerner Tien, midway through the second set, struggling big style. And that was a best of 5, albeit it didn't go anywhere near 5 sets. Okay, good backhand cross court there from Novak, and it's going to force the error on the forehand side from Draper, so 15 all. Jane just comes into the chat, drops a couple of bombs, and then disappears again. Good serve down the tee there from Draper, 30-15. No, I haven't, Ghosty. No, I haven't. But, you know, big call John. 30-15. Okay. Oh, just missed that first serve. So a second serve here for Djokovic to look at 30-15. Again, Djokovic serving first in this set. Djokovic there, backhand long, 40-15. I mean, don't forget Novak still even over 5 sets can do stuff like he did against Yannick recently. Cheapish point that last one in terms of Novak maybe would be disappointed with that return. Okay, one game more. Drop shot here from Djokovic is really good, but Draper gets there. Now he's going to have to chase that down. Is he? No, it's going long. Love 15. By the way, who do we make the favorite right now? I don't know. It's 50-50. I mean, I've made my calls, okay? So that's done. That's in the vault. That's under lock and key, not changing. But who do you guys think is the favorite right now? Good serve down the tee, but somehow Draper gets onto that. And that lateral movement that I think that Ghosty highlights is on evidence here from Draper. And this is wild defense from Jack. And eventually, Djokovic goes long, love 30. Djokovic can't believe what he's witnessing in some respects, and nor can I. We're not seeing anything visible from Jack, that's for sure, whereas it's very visible from Novak. And I'm not saying it's not real from Novak, but we've just seen it many times before, and he manages to dig deep. Or I think this people oh, he came in for the serve volley there, Novak, and people underestimate the change of ends. By the way, honestly, that minute sitting down. So if he can get to 2-1, the problem is that Novak is having at the moment is we had the end of the second set. We go into the third set. We have those epic rallies in the first game and took so much out of him. Then we have the Draper hold, and now we've got Djokovic here, 15-30. This is all sapping. Yeah, I remember it very well. That was 3 years ago, almost. I don't mind this variety, though, from Jack. Drop shot there, but Jack, I think, is going to get to it. He should put this smash away, and he does. 15-40. Yeah, his fitness right now is much better than Novak's. Novak needs 4 aces, 4 unreturned serves, get that change of ends, get to 2-1 from his perspective and change ends. Jack needs to strike, because if you don't strike, then the Cobra will. I know, Ashley, I don't disagree with that take about the clay court vibes in terms of the movement, in terms of the sliding, in terms of the ability to make the court small, in terms of the grinding, in terms of the defense. Draper here into the forehand of Alcaraz, into forehand of Djokovic, which is a good one. And it's 30-40. Guys, I really appreciate the live chat today, but I really want you to join for our 2 streams tomorrow because I know Tom feeds off the energy you guys give in the live chat. We're only going to have 2 matches tomorrow. I think we're going to do probably Sabalenka and Boko and Pagula Rabakano. I think that's the 2 likely ones we're doing. Tom is doing the first one, and I know he'd appreciate the people in the live chat. And the second one will be Zach and Carson, I think. Yeah, good call, Ashley. Okay, second serve here at 30-40. Backhand return into the forehand of Djokovic. Backhand from Draper into the backhand of Djokovic. Backhand, forehand Draper across court. Oh, but. No, is this going to land in? No. Oh, still a great rally. Deuce. Yeah, we might have Rachel and maybe Daisy as well with Tom. Newbies. Or actually, Rachel's not a newbie, but she's not on very often. Jane just coming in, dropping bombs, and off she goes again. I have no idea what the T-shirt thing or the sound effects thing was all about. I'm still waiting to try and find out. Oh, you cynical bunch in the live chat. Yeah, not sure about Daisy, and even Rachel might only join for a set, but I know they'll feed off the live chat, so. Backhand return here. Forehand from Novak is going to be mishit, so we're going to have another break point for Jack Draper. He's had 2. And Djokovic just needs to get out of this situation and sit down and maybe even be a little slow returning to the court. Even that miss hit, though, I do think comes from genuine fatigue. The grip on the racket, for example, the wobble. Jane's never wrong. I just don't know what she's on about. Okay, break point number 3, and it's also on a second serve. Okay, run around return here for Jack Draper, which is not bad from his perspective. Forehand to backhand, of course, because Jack's a lefty. But Jack's backhand is arguably his stronger wing. And Djokovic goes long. Okay, so 2-1. Break for Draper. But Draper, of course, served second. So it is just 2-1 with the break. Okay, so Jack's sound effects should be all spells. Jack Draper, I'm guessing, should have sound effects. Or he's making wonderful sound effects. Something like that. All right, brilliant to have so many people watching right now. If you all hit the like button, that would be great. And also, watch if you hit subscribe, because there's about 20 of you watching right now who haven't subscribed, all right? And if all 20 of you hit subscribe right now, not only will that thing go crazy below me, tick over, you'll actually be close to blowing up the internet. Honestly, that's exactly what would happen, which will be fun to some extent. Djokovic there just clenching at his chest. He doesn't look like he's having a lot of fun right now. I wonder if he's thinking, did I subscribe to Talking Tennis? Did I? I meant to do that during that press conference we had about 3 years ago at the Davis Cup. Yeah, Jane, what was the thing about the T-shirt thing? Was it about Jack's T-shirt, Novak's T-shirt, my T-shirt? Someone's T-shirt's very soft. Your T-shirt? Okay. You know that sitcom, Ghosty? Okay. Draper and Djokovic are back on court. Now, see, Djokovic can go, you know what? I'm just going to try and whack some returns here and make Jack's life difficult. Although that really, Draper should have done better there with that drop shot. Love 15. Oh, the Talking Tennis t-shirts, Jane. You've got a Talking Tennis t-shirt? I thought you might have ordered one. I think you told me. I think we've only sold about 3, and you've got 1. And you said it's very soft. Well, that's good to know. Okay, good depth there from Jack. Forehand now. Backhand cross court. Forehand from Jack Draper into the backhand slice of Djokovic. Okay. This is a pretty tasty rally as well. This is a pretty tasty rally, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to end with a forehand inside-out winner from Novak Djokovic. So many quality rallies in this match. Agree. Novak come back, says J Merch 06B. Talking of merch, we have merch at Talking Tennis as well. J Merch, if you want to get some. It's I think it's pinned in the it's in the description below on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, inside out forehand. Ghosty, I love a good inside out forehand. It's just not you can't have it as a strength. I'm sorry. I'm not giving it to you. Ace from Draper, 15-30. I think Djokovic thought he was going T there. So 15-30, Draper serving here 2-1. Novak's getting his second wind. Yeah, it looks like it. I told you the change of ends was huge. If he could have just held for 2-1, never underestimate the change of ends, I'm telling you. Decent backhand return there from Novak. Now on the backhand drop shot from Draper, but I think Novak's going to get it. Now he goes for the pass, and it was a good decision from Draper. You could see that he had the option of the lob there, and I think it was in his mind. But I think it was a good decision to catch, because I think Djokovic was almost expecting the lob. Just watch this again. Watch him. Watch him. Let's have a look at the shape of the racket. He's got a decision. But look, he just whips it. He just whips it. Ready for he was going to go for the lob, but he changed at the last moment. And I think that caught Novak by surprise, hence the poor volley. You don't get this sort of commentary on tennis TV or on a tennis channel, my friends. You just don't get it there. So, you know who to call. Okay, second serve here. Draper serving. Decent-ish return into the rally. Backhand from Novak. Forehand now into the backhand of Novak. Good change of direction there from Draper. But this is going to be a tricky smash if this lands in. It's going to be a very tricky smash, but he's done it. Very good execution under pressure there, Draper, for 30 all. And thank you, whoever that was who hit subscribe. I don't know if that was you, J Merch dash O6B. By the way, it's 40-30, I should say. Told you don't get this kind of commentary elsewhere. Okay, so game point here for Draper. Misses the first serve. Now I expect Novak to really attack this second serve and keep this point short if possible. Might even do a net rush. No. But now he's going to come into the net. I told you. But he's gone long. Game Draper, 3-1. Come on, let's get a break, is what Delgado says. What about that for coaching, hey? One, 3. Djokovic serving. He's down a break. Dang, you're cooked, are you, J Merch? As in, like, you're super hot? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let me know where in the world you are all watching this from, by the way. I'm in Germany, where it's anything but cooking. Okay. Second serve here for Draper to look at. It's a decent return with a lot of topspin on it. Ooh. 15 love, miss hit. You're in Alaska, are you? Okay. You got Novak to win. Somebody has Draper to win. Somebody has called correctly all 7 matches so far today. Unreturned serve, 30 love. Somebody got 7 out of 7 yesterday until Ayala didn't win in 3. But we won't worry about that. Indeed, J Merch. And if Draper wins, I'll be 8 out of 8 today. Okay. Forehand here into the forehand of Draper. And he's missed the backhand there, Djokovic. So 30-15. We put out, by the way, previews for matches all the time. And we had the 8 matches previewed yesterday and the 8 matches previewed today. And we will have more previews to come for the matches for the coming days. I've not put them on the internet yet, but they will be up in a few hours, such as Swiatek against. Oh, good +1 winner there, 40-15. Such as, yeah, I've got some to go up online. I've got Alcaraz Nori to post. And I've got to post Djokovic or Draper against Medvedev. And I've got to post Swiatek, Svitolina, and Rybakina Pegula. Ace down the tee there from Draper, from Djokovic, and he gets to 3-2. But he's still down a break. Oh, I just love tennis. Don't bet at all, no. I just love tennis and talk about it. And I think people have been underestimating I play a lot of tennis as well, so I think I know what I'm doing. I haven't. Listen, I would say I was asked the other day about. Yeah, I think I know. Yeah. I have to be a jack of all trades, of course, and be able to do a lot of different things. But listen, you don't. So far, we've had 7 matches today, 8 matches yesterday, 15 matches. You don't call 14 out of 15 right and not know what you're talking about, and potentially 15 out of 16. And by the way, yes, some were obviously warm favorites, overwhelming favorites. Rybakina Kartal being one of them, of course. But I also called Gibson to beat Paolini yesterday. I also called Mboko to beat Anisimova this year. I also gave the rationale. I also laid out why. I told you where Anisimova's at right now. I told you where Paolini's at right now. And also where Gibson's at right now. And that's why she won. And I said this all before the match. All right. Enough of me blowing my own trumpet. And it's all out there. I'm not just making this up after the event. It's all out there. Just go through all my predictions from the last, well, forever really, but also the last 24 hours or so. If you look, if you just click videos on our homepage, yeah, you hope you're wrong. And by the way, I am wrong. I do get it wrong. And I might be wrong for this one. We'll see. Okay. Forehand here. Forehand from Djokovic. Backhand up the line from Draper, and he's going to miss. Don't underestimate the change of ends, right? And also, Draper mentally, yeah, he's all right. But he has his moments, particularly on home territory. Could serve out wide there, 15 all. Big Call John, J Merch. Because J Merch, you weren't here earlier. Big Call John. That's what BCJ is, by the way. Not to be confused with the ICJ, of course. Okay. Oh, what about that serve down the tee? Bring up a smile from Djokovic because he knows that just painted a line. 30-15. Cameraman's having a laugh as well. Are you having a laugh? Jack Draper is winning at the moment. There, Djokovic struggling a bit with that return. 40-15. Ghosty, what are you doing? Trying to compete in my territory of analysis. What I will say, though, here we go. Here's a little bit of modesty if you want some. My reasoning for a Draper win has not necessarily manifested itself because Djokovic has brought it tonight. Djokovic has brought it big style. I just saw the level that Djokovic showed in his first 2 matches. And that level wasn't good enough to beat Jack Draper in his first couple of matches. But I didn't know at that stage this match was going to be at night. And I saw the first 2 games and I was like, whoa, this is the intensity that I know Novak can bring. And he brought it in Australia, for example, in his last couple of matches there. And I also had the asterisk of with Djokovic, you absolutely never know because so many times he's had an average level for 2 or 3 matches and then he goes and wins a slam. Return goes long there, 15-all. If you look at his last 10 matches in Indian Wells, it's really difficult to predict Novak going super far in this tournament. Also, I think Draper's return to the tour has been extremely encouraging, just like Artifice as well, because I'm surprised that both have hit the ground running so quickly. If you think about how long it took Zverev to get back, if you like. I know Zverev's injury was a bit worse, but I think he was only gone for 7 months in the end. And it can often take... Oh, that's a loose forehand from Draper. It can often take 2, 3, 4, 5, even 6 months before you find your level again. But I'm surprised how soon Fils and Draper have been in the conversation for winning tournaments, basically, and winning big matches. Okay, Djokovic here serves just long there, so 30-15 second serve. That reminds you to, is Rune trapped in? No, he's back in Denmark, and I saw him today training as well. Forehand return. Forehand from Novak is too good, 40-15. Well, I'm based in Germany, J Merch, so I'm watching on Sky Sports. But I believe in the US, if you want to watch this specific match, I'm going to say Tennis Channel, maybe? Or Tennis TV, I'm not sure. Okay, you got 2 options. Do you have the same commentary on both channels? Oh, by the way, this is brilliant. I've got no commentary, which, as I say, I generally prefer. Double fault, 40-30. By the way, don't underestimate just how tiring it is to serve. Just the mere action of serving is tiring. It really takes it out of you. It looks like it's just a simple, whack it. Maybe for John Isner, that might be how it is, but not for the rest of us. I'm saying the rest of us. I'm putting me and Novak and Jack and Carlos in the same category here. Okay, game point here for Novak. Run around forehand return there from Jack Draper. Kind of surprised me. I thought he would have just taken that on the backhand. Look at that defense, though, from Jack. But he can't defend that. And Djokovic holds. It's not done yet. Would you expect it any different? I mean, it's that Cincinnati final from the midway point of the second set to the end of the match, the level was nuts, okay? But it's not a million miles away, and the patterns as well, but also the ebbs and flows of the match. Of course, the difference there was you had Carlos was up a set and a break, wasn't he? And it was a kind of a nothing match at that point with Novak really struggling, but he got better the cooler the temperatures got. He loves it at night. He loves it at night on a hard court. Think about the match against Rafa. He loves it when it changes. Like the Rafa semi-final at Roland Garros in 2021, as it cooled, he heated up. And his night matches in Australia. I mean, he lost a day match, didn't he, to Sinner at the beginning of 2024 in a day of Australia. Yes, he has chances still to win. I am not ruling out a break of serve because he's looking a bit fresher than he did, say, 15 minutes ago. And we're also very close to the end. So he needs a break. It's a 3 ifs he needs, but he needs a break, couple of holds, and go into lockdown mode in a tie break. He's just gonna. I think he's gonna go big on the second serve returns. I think that's where he might just make some inroads here. Let's see though. Is he gonna get some second serves? This is key for Draper. If he can sort of get 70-75% of his first serves in, misses his first serve there. So there we go. Now we go, Novak. Can you go big on this return? Backhand return is good. Now he's got a chance to a forehand winner, but Draper's defense is pretty good, but not that volley. That's not bad. Oh my goodness me, Jack Draper. Wow. Even that brings up an applause from Novak Djokovic because Novak did exactly what Coach John, there you go, another CJ for you, told him to do. But Draper was just too good. 15 love. It's helpful, but it's a long match, Ghosty, so good serve down the tee. Drop shot here from Draper. Djokovic comes in for it, but that's nice. I like the drop shots that he's deploying as well because they're really pulling Novak around. And he was also unlucky not to. He would have broken serve in the opening game of this set. Was it the opening game of the set or was it the opening game of the previous set? I forget which one it was, but when that was that epic rally. Maybe it was in the previous set, actually. Oh, he's just missed that out down the tee. When was that, by the way? Was it the beginning of the second set when he had that epic rally and he did a drop shot that was followed by a redrop from Novak that clipped the net? Ooh, Draper there with a backhand into the net, 30-15. Okay. 4-3, 30-15. Drop shot here from Draper. But that wasn't a very good drop shot. But he's going to put the forehand pass. Djokovic sitting duck at the net there. That wasn't quite so impressive. I thought Djokovic just should have probably moved. Maybe Djokovic just too tired to move across quickly enough there. 2 game points. That winners ratio, by the way, has changed a lot in terms of the fact that Djokovic was easily winning the winners ratio after the first set. Ace down the tee. Firstserve.com. And it's 5-3 Draper. Murch's heart is breaking as a Novak fan. I've seen Novak win from far worse positions than this before. It's still just one break of serve. get some aces in. He'll get some first serves in here. Like that. And it goes out. Hold. Sit down. And go one more time. Honestly, he should have won the first point in the previous game. He wins that point 9 times out of 10. Or certainly against 9 players out of 10. But the problem is he's come up against Draper, who has just been inspired today. He's missed his first serve there. That's not ideal. By the way, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Okay, 15 love. Second serve. Run around forehand. Or not run around, but actually Jack's put that long. So that's a nice little gift for Novak. This is exactly what Novak wants and needs. Just a nice, easy, relaxed, comfortable hold. Getting some first serves in. Pick up the odd gift. Do not pass go and go straight to your chair. Just get that down and just chill and mentally massage yourself and bring yourself up and psych yourself up for one last push. Okay, we're into the rally here at 40 love. Going cross court. Wonderful backhand down the line. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered. We've had Big Call John. We've had Coach John. And now we've got Dr. John. 2 hours and 9 minutes. So in terms of length of the match, not that long, but the rallies have been grueling and energy sapping. But when they return to the court, Djokovic will be serving for Draper will be serving for the match. It was the beginning of the second set, was it, Ghosty? That epic rally, which was just wild. Just perfectionist John. I just need a winner at the end, maybe. Sorry. It's his perfectionist John as well. The French Open men's final of last year between Alcaraz and Sinner. The tie break. Can we not just have had an epic tie break? Because I think it goes from the conversation of third or fourth best match of all time to first or second or third or something like that. Very good, Ghosty. Very good. All right. For those of you just joining, hit that like button. Click subscribe. Watch this number tick over. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you know whenever we go live. We're going to be live again for a couple of matches tomorrow as well. I think Mboko Sabalenka and Pegula Rabakina, I think, provisionally they're the matches. But we'll be live tomorrow for a couple of matches, and you won't want to miss them. All right? And you won't want to miss this, because what we're about to see could be quite special. Draper serving at 5-4 for the match. Can Djokovic dig deep one more time? First serve has been missed. So here's your moment, Djokovic. Getting my Djokovic's and my Jacks muddled up for a moment in my head. Ooh, a misplaced ball toss. Here's some anxiety for you, my friends. Oh, look at that anxious backhand from Jack Draper. He needs some first serves. Love 15. And if there's any sense of anxiety, Mr. Djokovic will be preying on it for sure. And I mean the P-R-E-Y, pray, rather than P-R-A-Y, although maybe both. Love 15. Misses the first serve again, Mr. Draper. Double fault, love 30. He is as tight as a very tight thing. Closing a match in tennis, we are reminded, is as hard as hell. Djokovic will be feeding off this as well. And the drop shot from Draper is just Yeah, look at that face. Look at that. And Djokovic not had to do a huge amount in this game, but he's hung in there. And now we're at love 40. Draper has not put in, he needs a first serve. And again, someone calls out as he about to serve. Ooh, forehand miss there from Djokovic. 15-40. And I don't think Draper had to do a lot there, to be fair. Okay. 15-40. Gets the first serve. Oh my goodness, that landed in from Djokovic. Must have been right on the baseline, that return. Now Draper goes backhand. Drop shot Draper is not great. Djokovic gets there with a redrop, and he's going to win the point. Djokovic breaks for 5-all. Well, it was a choke, but Djokovic was also there ready to strangle him. So, where's your money at right now? For me, it's with Novak Djokovic. He's the mental GOAT, and he's just broken back with Draper serving for the match, and he looks okay physically. And he's also just, it's so unnerving. If Draper was trying to serve that out against Liam Brody, even at this stage of the tournament, I'm telling you, totally different. Okay, decent return there from Draper. Draper's really got to make a big impression here on the Djokovic serve. He doesn't want to give him a cheap service game. Just get back to playing how you were before, but you're not. 15-love. No, Ghosty, totally different. Fonseca, that wasn't a complete mental breakdown from 6-3 up. And it was also the first set tiebreak, right? So not even close to a shade. Two of those, I think, were on... oh, no, the two of them were on Jals. But you can't... Sinner did everything in those 3 points. Now, Jack has got to win this point. He does, 15-all. No. Yeah, he's challenging and ITFs. Yeah, this was a real choke from Draper. Now, I guess it's not really a choke until you lose, right? But all those first serves missed, those tight shots, those careless drop shots. Let first service. So it's another first serve here for Djokovic. Well, I love Sonny Cartal. I mentioned her earlier. Got a soft spot for her. Mukova as well. Shabur. And that's return of serve is going to go long, 30-15. If you haven't won a Grand Slam and you've come very close, but not quite got over the line, there's a part of me that wants that to just happen because, yeah, that's how I am. Okay, 30-15 here. Djokovic serving. Another let first service. Okay. 30-15. Djokovic serving. Good serve. Oh, he's got lucky with that volley. And Draper punishes it. He got lucky there with a volley, Djokovic, because he didn't execute it very well, but it clicked the net and it really took a lot of pace out of it. So it made it difficult for Draper to run down. But boy, did he run this down. And then look at that, you see. Had to react very quickly, 30 all. The match that keeps on giving. Oh, unreturned serve. How are we in match of the year territory now, by the way? Whatever happens from this moment onwards, I think we are. I think we are. Because of the drama, because of the excitement, because of the unbelievable level from both players, and because of the twists and the turns. Djokovic here, 5-all, 40-30. I don't think it even needs a tie break, honestly. If it's just like look at that. That's from a guy who doesn't choke. Okay. So, when they return to the court, Draper will be serving to stay in the match. Look at Draper there. Trying to do some mental stuff, but honestly, it might be too late. Might be too late, Jack. This is what you've got to go through if you want to win big tournaments on a regular basis. He's won Indian Wells before, but he didn't have to go through this to win it. You know, the win over Runa in the final was comfortable. The win over Carlos Alcaraz, it went 3 sets, but it wasn't like this. This is a different level of pressure here. It's one that he hasn't, and to his own admission, responded too well at Wimbledon. It's just when you wish you were one of the members of the crowd, enjoying a drink and a smile and a laugh and a dance, rather than being on the tennis court, which is what you've yearned for all your career and all your, professional life. Right. Here we go. 5-6. Draper to serve. Are we still getting a tiebreak, by the way? But all the cards are falling in Novak's favor right now because he's just going to make Jack hit more balls than he wants. And Jack is so tight right now. Look at that backhand. This is a hell of a... He just doesn't know what to do. He just can't loosen up. What's Delgado going to tell him? Win the next point. He can't help him get through this because he hasn't... listen, Delgado, of course, has been through a lot more than me, but he hasn't been through this. Decent serve out wide, but he's going to be made to hit another ball. But that's a good forehand. Oh, no. This smash is so difficult under this sort of pressure. Well done, Jack Draper, for holding your nerve. 15-all. I'm not sure. Not sure right now. It's 50-50 if we're getting a tie break. Well, yeah, because... Just get the break, he said. Ugh. Good serve down the tee there from... Oh, it's landed in, and Jack didn't expect that. Now the drop shot. Oh, Jack Draper, you see, now that was helpful because it was instinctive. Didn't have to think about it. And that is just as good as it can get. This is a match that keeps on giving. He just has to relax. Look at that. It's just instinctive. When he's having to think about it, it's a bit more of an issue. But it's still tense times for Jack. Ooh. See, he's just unforced error after unforced error after unforced error. How many unforced errors in these last three games? 30 all. So tight. I think because it's Djokovic, we will probably quickly just give all the plaudits to him, but it's been a hell of a choke from Jack thus far. Let as well, just the misfortune there. Clips the net, was an ace basically, but must have just brushed the net on the way through. Decent serve down the tee, but he's being made to hit another ball, and he's hitting it right into Djokovic's strike zone. See, Djokovic is just, he knows it. And look at Jack's leg work there. No, Jack. Uh-oh. Oh, you lucky boy with that lob not landing in. 40-30. A lot, Ghosty, a lot. But they're nowhere near as accurate as they were in the earlier stage of the match when it wasn't quite so tense. I just think that we're going to go through this in the tiebreak, and therefore, if we get a tiebreak, and therefore Novak is going to end up. Novak saying, "Give me more, just give me more!" Shouts and screams from my coach and team. G me up, say something. Oh, that's clever from Draper. Well done, Jack, for digging deep there. I think in a way, just by winning that game, he will quell the choke thing. And if he can dig deep enough to win this match, honestly, it'll serve him in such good stead for the rest of his career. I'm not even joking. This will serve him in good stead for the rest of his career. Okay, tiebreak time. Remember, people, for those of you that are quite new to tennis, it's the first to win 7 points. But you have to win by 2 clear points. And we keep going until someone is 2 points in front. But you have to get to 7 first. So you can be 6-0 and you haven't won. You've got to get to 7. Okay. Djokovic to serve. Misses the first serve. Second serve here for Draper. The birds are singing. Coming up to 20 to 5 in the morning here. Oh, that return has just gone long. 1-0 Djokovic. This is a signature win. It would be a signature win for Draper in terms of a line in the sand. But it's also got the signs of a Djokovic win in terms of the stuff that he's done in his career so far. Good serve down the tee, and it was a first serve landing in 1-1. Okay. 1-1. 131 miles an hour, that serve. But he could do with another first serve. And I think he's going tee again. Yes, he is. Djokovic knew it, just like I did. Oh, no, that drop shot's not good enough. Oh, Djokovic, though, doesn't punish. And we're into a tie break here, and it's 2-1. Whatever Tim Henman's advice is giving, it's amusing the media girl who is next to him. Although, actually, it's making Jack Draper smile as well. So 1-2. And by the way, the serve is equally good on both sides. But yeah, Nole definitely in terms of the clutchness and the experience. And they're both fresh as a daisy right now because they know, or Djokovic in particular, he just knows that he's so close to the finish line. Oh, that forehand, though, from Novak. 1-3. But Draper's been in this advantageous position before. Big style. I think he could even have gone up a double break in the set. Okay, 3-1 or 1-3. Good serve down the tee. Should put this away. Comes into the net, but doesn't need to deal with that. It's 3-2. Now, I think Draper needs to get to 5-2. He's got to get to 5-2, and then he can win this match. If Djokovic wins this next point, yeah. 3-2 Draper. Where are you going with this serve? 2.5 hours on the clock. Down the tee. Forehand here now for Draper. Into the forehand of Djokovic. He's just going to keep making Draper hit another ball for sure. Knowing there's a very good chance that Draper will miss. Oh, is another net cord going the way of Novak? And there's the miss. 3-all. Did he really say that, Ghosty, or are you pulling my leg? Please tell me he didn't say hit the ball. Come on. You're teasing me there. He's not really said that. 3-all change of ends. Mini break comes and goes for Draper. Such a good match, I agree. I think whatever happens now, we can see, you know, a bunch of unreturned serves and a double fault. And it doesn't take anything away from this match. Probably being the match of the year. I guess people will think fondly about the Djokovic Sinner match. And rightfully so. Well, if it was in English, it probably was Delgado. Okay, 3-all. Gets the first serve in, Jack. But again, he's just being made to hit another ball. Look at this Djokovic, you see. Lockdown mode from Novak. Just keep going, my friend. You're going to have to do more than this, my man. He's saying. And by the way, if you give me a short ball, I'm going to probably hit it with good margin. And there you go. Oh, that's not a good advert for Dunlop, by the way. Draper's not happy with the racket. And by the way, look. Yep, Jamie Delgado there. Yep, come on. Come on. That's going to help your man win the tiebreak, yeah. Right, 4-3 Djokovic. Okay, Djokovic to serve here. 4-3. Yeah, exactly, Ghosty. Here come the first serves from Novak, by the way. Draper in trouble, in my opinion, right now. Because he's missing as well. Drop shot from Novak doesn't work. It was very close to being an absolutely perfect drop shot, by the way. He was just inching himself up in the rally. And it's now 4-all. Another twist in this incredibly twisty-turny thing. Yeah, teams freak out about his shoes. The Adidas shoes in that US Open final of 2020. Okay, Djokovic here, 4-all. Gets his first serve in, of course. Oh, good depth there from Draper, but you still feel as though this rally's going to end with a Draper miss. Although he's not taken it. Oh, well done, Jack Draper. Backhand. He had a chance. Djokovic gave him the opportunity. Djokovic too passive in that rally. And to be fair to Jack Draper, he pulled the trigger. 5-4 Draper. Now again, does this feel similar as well in terms of when Draper was serving for the match? Because two serves, the two biggest serves. No, not the two biggest serves of his. Yeah, are these the two biggest serves of his career? He's been told by the umpire, you're leading 5-4. He didn't know. I know he's won Indian Wells before and he's won other titles as well, but oh my goodness, that first serve was so far. He almost probably didn't want to know the score. Oh, another net cord going the way of Djokovic. What a backhand from Djokovic. What aggressive play from Djokovic. 5-all. Deary me. Surely, though, if Djokovic wins this point, he wins the match. Because then he'll have a set point on his serve. By the way, I think I'm going to be putting my CV in for Jack Draper's coach after this. Oh, first serve is missed. 5-all. 2 hours 33 on the clock. Second serve. Backhand return. That was a nervous serve, but that's a decent backhand from Draper. But good depth there from Jack. But now Djokovic is turning up the dial. I just feel as though this is ending surely with Djokovic winning the point. He's missed the backhand, Djokovic. It was there to be attacked. It was a chance that he didn't take. So we've got a match point for Jack Draper. But it's on the Novak Djokovic serve. It was a must-win point, though, in so many respects for Jack Draper. And so it is match point. Jack Draper, after 2 hours and 35 minutes. It's only 8:45 in the evening. It feels like it's much later that in US time. It's 4:45 in the morning in Germany. Now you see the first serve from Novak. This is where the clutch goat arrives. 5-6. Draper tries to cool his hands. He's anxious, of course. Understandably so. Could do with a second serve. He's going to get it, actually. First serve misses. So a second serve here from Djokovic. He's just tapping this in, I think. I don't think he's going for a big spot here. Because he might get a gift off the return. Because Drac isn't going to go for a return winner. Okay, here we go. He just pats it in. Backhand now. Forehand from Draper. Forehand from Djokovic. Backhand. Oh, he went big there. Oh, he's got it done, Jack Draper. Take a bow. Jack Draper. I think he got lucky with a net cord, by the way, on that match point. I'm going to watch it again. I think he got a bit lucky on this match point here, Jack. Because I think it did just touch the net. I'm going to watch the match point again. But boy, oh boy, Jack Draper wins. 4-6, 6-4, 7-6. Look at this. He was cooling his hand. He was going to get a second serve. That helped. Listen, I always remember that final, the Wimbledon final that Rafa choked in, to be fair, of 2008. But as Mary Carrillo said rightly, he chokes, but he still wins. Just like he did against Medvedev in the 2019 US Open final. And Jack Draper choked, but he still won, which is a huge, huge feather in his cap. Watch this here. I'm just watching the replay again at this point. I think it clips the net on the... I think it touches that. It does. It does. That backhand down the line, which was very similar to a previous point. Some of the pace got taken out of it by the net cord. Jack Draper didn't apologize. I don't think he has to. But boy, oh boy, match of the year for me. Let me know in the live chat and the comments below. Was that the match of the year? It was for me. Because the quality was off the charts, I would say, for about 2.5 sets, okay? Also, the drama, the tension, the defense, the attack, the poise, the drop shots, the clutchness. Think about how good that first set was, by the way, which will soon get forgotten. You know, matches like that match in Cincinnati, what get forgotten is that for a set and a half, it was a dud. That match was super high in quality. The serving in that first set was off the charts. Both were actually getting high scores in the marks at the end, I think. And then the second set, and we went up a notch. Think about those rallies, those energy-sapping rallies. Think about some of the rallies that I think were some of the best rallies of the year, not just of this tournament or even this match. Then we had some twists and turns. We had the drama because Djokovic looked like he was down and out, down a break. Draper serves for it. He doesn't serve it out against the goat of clutchness. So you think it's done. Surely that's done now. The momentum is with Novak. Draper was just falling apart. Errors were coming off his racket. Same in the tiebreak in so many respects. He goes up a mini break. He loses the mini break, and Djokovic now has a mini break. Draper as well. 6-5. By the way, Matt, but even before we get there, we get to 5-4. Draper, by the way, gives an applause to Novak Djokovic, who waves to the crowd. Not sure if it'll be the last time in Indian Wells. I'm not sure. He's still got the level to win big tournaments and big matches. The level was there from Djokovic today. He'll be in Miami, where, of course, he made the final last year in a week or two. But we still had the drum because also Draper, by the way, at 5-4, serving, again, he sort of has a choke, doesn't he? And then, by the way, we had some net cords as well that went in both of each player's favors. Oh, my goodness me. For me, match of the year. And I've laid out my reasons. And I don't think a match, honestly, at the upper echelons of men's tennis, at least, I don't think a match comes close to it. It really doesn't. Because even that Djokovic Sinner match at the Australian Open, Sinner had 18. They have 18 break points and couldn't take. And only took 2 of them. Yeah, I'm loving this. By the way, we're looking at a great look at the Draper slider up the tee against Sarundala. This is a serve here from Draper that Brenner's got on social media. But yeah, Jack Draper, take a bow in terms of the mental strength. Take a bow, both players, to be fair, because you both brought it for large spells today. And it's Jack Draper who gets over the line, 7-6 in the third. He's going to sign the camera now. He's put on a shirt, I think. No doubt it's a sponsor shirt. Yeah, I see somebody tweeting about this rally, by the way, that was just honestly wild. A gladiatorial effort from Jack Draper, by the way. Fergus, the impartial observer. A gladiatorial effort from Jack Draper as he makes it 9 in a row in Indian Wells. Yes, of course. He's on a winning streak at the moment. He must feel good in the desert, outlasting Djokovic 4-6-6, 4-7-6. I think I would use a different word to outlasting, but fine, I get it. An unbelievable contest between these two, filled with real quality indeed. Draper with 2 gutsy down the line backhands securing the match in superb style. Yes, one, I would agree with you, Fergus. Second one, gets a bit lucky with that little clip on the net that then sees Djokovic put a backhand into the net. Set 1 was all about Novak. I don't think it was. No, set 1 was nip and tuck. I think both served extremely well, but Novak struck really well. And the quality from both was really high in that first set, which meant we didn't see a break point, I think, until Jack was serving to stay in it at 4-5. Jack, by the way, I think had to serve second in each of the 3 sets. I don't think that helped him too much, especially when it came to the mental side of it. And yeah, first top 10 win since beating Alcaraz this time last year. 2 British men in the quarterfinals of Indian Wells. Early contender for match of the year. What an effort. I mean, it is match of the year for me. Just end of story. Okay. Thank you, Big Cool John. Yeah, Big Cool John gets it again. 8 out of 8 today, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. 8 out of 8. And by the way, I said Draper in 3 as well. I am now going to look forward to the quarterfinal we're going to have between Jack Draper, not Novak Djokovic, and Daniel Medvedev, which is going to be coming up tomorrow, by the way. I think it's going to be late on tomorrow. Yeah, I've got the order of play here. It's going to be on 4th, on Stadium 2. Not before 5 p.m. local time, but it might end up being a bit later. So it'll be about 8, 9 o'clock, maybe. Something like that. Eastern time. Might even be a little bit later. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. On Stadium 2, it'll be last on, I think. Okay. Looking forward to this match between Draper and Medvedev. They've only played each other once before. And that encounter went the way of Daniel Medvedev, by the way. 1-0 is the head-to-head. By the way, do hit that like button and, of course, subscribe if you're new. Okay, promo done. Now, as we scroll down, the tail of the tape, they're both just outside the top 10 going into this tournament. But they're both top 10 players in so many ways, especially on a hard court in terms of Daniel Medvedev, where he's at. And Medvedev winning their only encounter that came in Rome 2 years ago. I think Jack has taken a huge step forward since then, and arguably maybe Medvedev has regressed a little bit, although his regression probably began a year before in 2023. It was also on clay, so maybe not so relevant. Both of these players, by the way, have excellent pedigree in the desert. Daniel Medvedev has made 2 Indian Wells finals before going down to Alcaraz on both occasions. He also, I think, made the semi-finals last year. So his pedigree is there in the desert. Jack Draper is the defending champion. He's on a run of... Actually, let's have a quick look. What is Jack Draper's run of wins in the desert? Indian Wells this year, he has 3 wins. And Indian Wells 2025, he had 6 wins. He was seeded, so he had 6 wins there. So that's 9 wins now in the desert for Jack. I will be talking about maybe Medi's a record against lefties in a moment. But for now, Jack Draper's run to this final 8 stage, by the way, has included a 3-set win over Bautista Agut. That feels like a long time ago now. A straight sets win over Cerundolo, where I thought he brought his really good level, because I was a bit worried about that level he brought against Bautista Agut. And then, boy, the level today, including the mental level that he had to go through against Djokovic, having served it out or failed to serve it out, and then struggle through the next couple of games. We saw a lot of errors coming off the racket of Draper that just weren't there for the previous 2.25 hours. And then somehow, he also had advantages in the tiebreak come and go, but somehow managed to dig deep and get over the line. I think that win for Jack Draper is the biggest win of his career. And I mean this because I know he's won a title in Indian Wells before, and he's won titles elsewhere before, and he's won big matches elsewhere at Grand Slams, etc. But that is the biggest win that he had over Novak Djokovic in his career, because that is going to just take him on leaps and bounds, knowing he can win matches like that. Because for me, he's shown some mental fragility in the past, and he showed it today. And I think the loss today would have been really tough for him. It would have been tough going into he'll be taking that into the next tournament or two. Even Yannick Sinner, I think, who is an absolute mental giant, took him a couple of weeks, only a couple of weeks, which is, by the way, a lot quicker than others, but took him a couple of weeks to recover from the bruising loss he had at the French Open final last year against Alcaraz when he had match points come and go. Medvedev in this tournament, by the way, slightly less dramatic route to the quarterfinals. He hasn't dropped a set, beating Tabilo, Baez, and Mickelson. Nice draw, I would say, for Daniel. Bearing in mind he's the 11th seed, he could have been tougher. But I'm not sure it's going to get much tougher for him in the quarterfinal than where Jack Draper is at right now. Medvedev, by the way, against lefties is okay. 47 wins, 28 losses. That feels about right. A lot of those losses, of course, coming up against Nadal. I think his record against Nadal was a 5-1 deficit. It could even be 6-1. I'm going to check now in Rafa's favor. 5-1. The only victory he had against Nadal was in indoors as well. And that was a match that Rafa was serving for the match, although he will argue that perhaps he had the big advantage in the Australian Open of 2022 come and go. But anyway, he wins about 2/3 of his matches against lefties, which is just what you would expect from a top 20 player and a previously top 10 player. In fact, a previously top 1 player. Where do I think this match could be won and lost? Well, I think Draper, if Draper's okay physically, that's one thing I will worry a little bit about Draper after the monumental effort that he had to put in today. And this is that, of course, we're now in the first time in the tournament where you don't get 48 hours to rest. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a 48-hour rest that he wouldn't be practicing tomorrow, given how late he'll have finished this evening, albeit at least the time situation is 9 o'clock rather than, it's not like 3 a.m. in New York or something like that, like some of these epic finishes we have in some of the slams outside of Wimbledon anyway. So it's the first time he's going to be playing in much less than 24 hours, especially if he starts at 5 o'clock. It will be evening, I guess. So a little slower conditions. I don't think, maybe that favors Draper a little bit. I think Medvedev prefers a slightly quicker hard court. I think the level that Jack Draper has is better than Medvedev's level right now. Medvedev's serve is not what it was 2, 3, 4 years ago. I think it's probably the biggest reason. It may be a bit of a mental edge lost as well. He does seem to have regained it since he changed his coaching staff, by the way. But Jack Draper on a run of wins in the desert, it's a really tough one to call. If Jack Draper had 2 days rest, I would be giving this to Jack. I would be. It's all about the recovery physically. 2 hours, 35 minutes, by the way, for Jack today. So that is a good thing. It was a really grueling test. I'm going to go with the level. And the level is Jack Draper. So that's my call. Thank you for joining. And you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.